Cleaners who live and work downtown are adjusting to the recent news that Heinen's grocery store will soon be closing. While that change is significant, there are still resources available to help people get access to fresh, local food. Joining us now is Ian Meadows, social media and project manager with Downtown Cleveland Inc. Ian, thank you so much for joining me.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
You know, the closing of Heinen's has been on the minds of a lot of downtown residents. What are you hearing at Downtown Cleveland Inc., and how are you hoping to fill that gap?
So of course, it's a pretty big disappointment for everybody in the community, for us at Downtown Cleveland Inc., for the residents. As a downtown resident myself, it's a big disappointment to lose this walkable grocery store that we have here. But really, one of our key priorities is to ensure that, we highlight all the other amazing options that we do still have downtown between, other grocery stores, Constantino's, Simply Foods, City Foods, Simply Fresh, all these other markets that maybe people aren't as familiar about that still have, produce and food options. So not only are we trying to promote that, but again, we're working hard with the city, with stakeholders, with the community members and residents to really find, a replacement and bring in, another big full service grocery store that's affordable and accessible for downtown.
Well, one option that people have here is the Public Square Farmers Market. What is that? What can people expect there?
So we are loving the Public Square Farmers Market. We just started it this year, so it's a brand new activation. And we've recently announced it's extending through October. So again, another way to provide, fresh produce and options. So every Thursday from 4 to 7 p.m. in Public Square, you can stop by, shop from a variety of local vendors. Again, produce, artisan goods, different grocery items, food trucks, there's live music, there's a bar. So not only can you go and, stock up your pantry for the week, but also, hang out, grab your friends and coworkers and have a fun little happy hour experience.
And can people use your EBT and SNAP benefits at these farmers markets?
They can, which is even better. So again, making it affordable and accessible to go and get your produce and your groceries.
But like you said, it's not just a place for the fresh produce. Activities, farmers or food, vendor trucks, things like that. Talk about more on that.
We got it all. Part of it obviously is to provide options for people to get food and groceries. But, part of our goal is to build a sense of community here in downtown Cleveland. And so by giving people, a reason and an excuse to get outside, go to Public Square, downtown's Central Park, we really want to make it a fun experience. So again, have it be lively, have it be fun and exciting with music and bars and food trucks, someplace that you want to go and hang out at for a couple hours and just enjoy the city in the summertime.
What else should Clevelanders know about accessing food here in downtown?
There's a lot of options really that, again, I don't think people really know about. All sorts of different markets around. Our website, downtowncleveland.com, has an entire shop section where you can go and you can filter groceries, convenience stores. You can really see where all these different locations are. So again, there are other options that you can get. The farmers market, again, is a big boost. And again, behind the scenes, our team is working really hard to fill in the gaps and ensure there's walkable, affordable grocery options for everybody.
While I'm thinking about it, tell me a bit about Downtown Cleveland Inc. What's your mission? What's your goal?
Essentially, we work from the sidewalk to the skyline and everything in between. So anything that really affects downtown and ways to make it a better place to invest, to live, to work in, to visit, that's our goal. We want it to be clean, safe, and welcoming. We want there to be free and accessible programming. We want to support all the amazing businesses and entrepreneurs that are here, or maybe ones that want to come here and open up their business. So really anything that can make downtown Cleveland a stronger neighborhood, that's what we're here for.
Now you say you live in downtown. What's your go-to place for some great food that you like to get?
Ooh, that's a tough question. There's so many places. Top of mind, actually last night, I was just at Cordelia. So that's a great spot. East 4th has so many amazing restaurants. For good rooftop drinks, there's, Bar 32 at the Hilton, the Flats, Alley Cat Oyster Bar, Collision Bend. There's so many amazing restaurants here. It's hard to pick just one. So you got to rotate through them all.
Well, going back then to finalizing here with the markets, remind people where they are, when they are, how they can get access to them.
Yeah, so the Public Square Farmers Markets are every Thursday all the way through October now from 4 to 7 p.m. So stop by every week. There'll be a couple of vendors that are there every week. There's also a rotating selection. The food trucks are different. The musicians are different. So again, it's just a really fun experience in the middle of the city.
All right, well, check it out. Ian Meadows, Downtown Cleveland Inc. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.